I thought I would do some filming today. I've been really stressed. I've not been in a good place the last few days. So I'm hoping that filming's going to make me feel a little bit better because I am getting a lot of enjoyment out of filming videos. Today I thought I would do a basic stripped down kind of makeup look. So this is kind of the makeup I would do if I basically just wanted to wear some makeup but I really couldn't be asked to do anything big or daring or whatever. And generally when it comes to makeup though, I'm a more like a kind of do or die person. Like I'd rather just do everything or just like not wear anything at all. So this is kind of like the bare minimum amount of makeup I would wear really. So it's kind of like, you know, if I've got limited time to get ready and I just want to look, you know, like human and I don't want to scare people with my face. I tried to do this yesterday because I had to get up really early yesterday. I had to get up at like 5. Oh my god, it was awful. But yeah, like I tried to do this look and it didn't really turn out as well, right? The eyes were fine, eyebrows were fine, lipstick was fine, but it was just the face, like the main base stuff that it just was not working for me. Like so like I would normally, like I would just put some concealer in certain areas, right? And then set my whole face with some powder. But like when I did this yesterday, like when I like finished work, like it was just so patchy, like you could just see the bits where I'd put concealer on, like it didn't look natural at all. And it's weird because like when I did my makeup in the morning I didn't have the best lighting because it was still dark outside. So when you're doing your makeup in bad lighting, sometimes you will finish the day and look shit and you're like, wow, why did I not realise that I look like this? I'm going to time this as well because again this is supposed to be like a kind of quick makeup look and I'm not very good at doing my makeup quick. I could spend like 2 hours, I could spend more than 2 hours on my makeup if I really wanted to. I do generally prefer to take my time with it and stuff, but obviously this is a situation where I only have limited time that I would do this makeup in. So it's probably going to take about half an hour, I think, which I know for a lot of people that's a lot of time to spend on your makeup anyway, but for me that is literally like the least amount of time I could need, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to time this and just see how long it takes. Obviously I wouldn't normally be like talking to a camera whilst I'm doing my makeup, so that might add additional time, I don't know. So the first thing I'm going to do is prime my face, and obviously if I was in a super duper rush I probably wouldn't bother priming, but I think if you're going to be wearing like a really small amount of makeup, you want it to kind of stay on your face really. I'm going to use the MUA Skin Define Hydro Primer, which I bought very recently, and I've used it a few times and I quite like it, although it is a very weird formula. It is essentially jelly, but what I like about this is when you use a bit, like you peel a bit out and put in your face, the next day when you go to look at it again, it goes flat again, like you've not used anything, which is really strange. But yeah, I'm just gonna kind of have you kind of just grab a gloop of it really and put it on your face. Hope it doesn't fall off. I've drenched my face. Keep rubbing. When in doubt, just keep rubbing it into your skin. So I'm just going to wait like 1 minute, right, before I start piling anything else on. And in the meantime, I'll talk to you about concealers, because why not? Okay, so concealer situations where I get a bit lost, because if I was really in a rush, I wouldn't really put on a full face foundation, I would just put on some concealer. But what I used yesterday was this Complexion Lasting Perfection in Fair, and I thought this would be okay because I'm pretty sure when I've had this concealer in the past I've used it just on its own and it's been fine, but it was really like patchy and really like weird when I finished the day, and it probably did look alright like for the first hour maybe, but it's just not the perfect colour match for me, that's the thing. And even though this is the lightest shade, and a lot of people say that this is really good for fair skin, like it is, if you've already got like a good matching foundation on, it is okay. That's not what it looks like. So you can see it does have a slight orangeness to it, even though it is pretty light. So on my finished day, I just essentially had orangeness on my face. This concealer though is 17 Stay Time. Is probably what I would prefer to use, but the only reason why I'm not 100% sure I am going to use this is because there's not much product left in this. So I don't know if I have enough to do the whole of my face, but I might try it anyway. We'll see. But yeah, this is the 17, I've talked about this a lot on my channel, but the 17 Stay Time Concealer in Extra Fair, and I cannot recommend this enough if you have super pale skin and you like really have a lot of trouble finding a concealer that is the same colour as your face. This is literally probably the closest thing I've been able to find that isn't like white or like a colour corrector concealer. I mean, I do use kind of colour correcting concealers and white concealers more just because it is really hard to find one that actually is just the right colour, that you do have to kind of resort to that as a result of being super pale. So. Okay, right, I think I'm going to go and use some concealer now. And I'm going to try and use this 17 one, see how much product I can actually get out of it. And I'm just going to put this kind of on the majority of my face. So I'll start with under my eyes. Let's see how much product we can get out. See, right, I've kind of smothered concealer everywhere. So what I'm going to do now is blend it out. I'm using a Real Techniques, what's called Miracle Complexion sponge. And this has been dampened. I haven't mentioned this in previous videos, I don't think, but I always dampen this. Oh shit. The aim is not to make me look airbrushed or like perfect or anything like that. It's only to get just a little bit of coverage and to kind of even out my skin tone a little bit. And that's why I feel like it's done. Obviously, like, you can still see my spots a bit. But yeah, this is supposed to be basic, so it's okay. Okay, so what I would do next is just set everything, and don't know what powder to use. I think I'm going to use... This might really bite me in the ass, but I'm going to use my number 7 Creme Touch face powder in Fair Bloom. That's what it looks like. It does look slightly orange, but I have noticed that this does go on quite light, so even when you're just swatching your finger, it's a lot lighter than what it looks. And I'm kind of running a bit low on my more kind of whitey coloured powders, like my Collection one. Look how much pan I've hit. So I think I'm going to be daring and try this all over my face. But I'm going to concentrate slightly more in the areas that I've put concealer on, but I will kind of dust it over everything. I'm using a big powder brush, the one I usually use. This powder does give a little bit of coverage as well. Nothing too drastic. Yeah, nothing too drastic, but it does give you some coverage, and it does even out your skin tone a bit as well. I think next I'm going to do eyebrows, and I've completely revamped the way I do my eyebrows lately, which I'm loving because I've got some new products. So the first thing that I do is brush through my brows, and I'm going to do that with a clear mascara. And this is, I'm in love with this by the way, it's so good. This is the Collection Colour Lash All Day Wear Colour Mascara, and it's clear, obviously. So what I'm going to do is, it does have a little bit of kind of tint in it from where I had to go over my brows and stuff, but it still goes on clear the first time. So what I'm just going to do is kind of brush my brows into place to start with. This is so good, by the way, like, if you just want a kind of clear brow setter, definitely use clear mascaras. They're amazing. They definitely did a job. Because, like, do people actually use clear mascaras, like, on their eyelashes? Like, I don't understand the point of that. Like, what are you trying to achieve? I don't get it. And in all my tutorials I've been using like powder products on my eyebrows, but I'm a little bit in love with this new product I've got. This is the MUA Luxe Power Brow Shape and Highlight Dark Brown. And one end has a kind of brow pencil on. Again, this is a dark brown colour, which is good for me at the moment, considering my current hair colour, which is a kind of browny colour. And also the other end has like this kind of highlighter that you put under your brows, which I think is really great. I'm going to now draw on my brows with the pencil. I'm going to go back in with the Creme Mascara just to kind of set these in place and to brush through the product a little bit. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to line my top and bottom waterlines. This is just an essential thing that I have to do. I've always loved doing this. So hopefully I'll stay in frame whilst doing this. Just lining. I'm using the New Look Pure Colour eyeliner pencil, by the way. Obviously it's a black one. The other thing I'm really going to do with my eyes is just put some mascara on. And I'm going to use the one that I've been using the most recently, which is my, oh fuckaroni. Oh, just ignore me, I'm just being chaotic today. I'm going to use the one that I've been using a lot lately, which is number 7 Intense Volume Mascara. And again, this is quite a natural one, it's not too, it's definitely got a lot of volume in it, but it's not like really like thick or clumpy or anything like that. So I'm going to just do my top and bottom lashes. Okay, so that's my top lashes done. I'm probably going to just turn this off briefly to do my bottom ones because I will not stay in the frame, inevitably. I'm going to use this Maybelline Colour Sensational Lip Liner. I think it's Sweet Pink, yeah, that's what it's called. And this is just the kind of pinky nude. It's really nice, I really like this. So I'm just going to line and fill in my whole lips with this. I don't really have any nude lipsticks that I'm like in love with at the moment. I definitely want to try some of like Maybelline's ones because they look quite like sheer but like still with pigment and quite like natural. And I really need some lipsticks that are like that. The closest thing I've got really is this MUA lipstick and Bare. And I'm just going to go over everything I've done on my lips with this. So that's basically my bare minimum makeup. I do feel like there's something missing though. I think what I'm going to do is add a little bit of blush, but I'm going to use a quite natural looking blush. I'm going to use an eyeshadow actually, called Silk Teddy from my Too Faced Natural Eyes palette, this one here. I'm just going to use a little bit, I'm just going to dust that on my cheeks with this, what am I talking about, with this blush brush. This is the finished look. Yeah, I hope you liked this kind of very basic, stripped down makeup. Let's see how long it actually took. Again, I was faffing a bit. I normally could do that a lot quicker. Yeah, I got 43 minutes in here, but generally I could do that in half an hour. Just, you know, talking and faffing and all that stuff. But yeah, I would say this takes for me about half an hour normally. If you are fast at makeup, you could probably get this done in 10 minutes if you really tried. Okay, thanks for watching. See you later. Just down here, that's my cat Pongo, and she's looking at me, if you can tell. There's kind of a weird thing in the way. And I don't know why she's there, but there's also another cat right over here on my dad's homemade greenhouse roof. So I don't think Pongo is very happy about that. I think she's sitting here because she is monitoring this cat. Just making sure he stays in line, doesn't do anything treacherous. And this cat's not supposed to be here. My dad's not very happy that he/she is on his greenhouse roof because it's probably not the most sturdy. Although that would be absolutely hilarious if it just collapsed and the cat fell. I'm sure it would be fine. Like, not in a I want the cat to get hurt kind of way. Cats can fall from, like, you know, very high buildings and survive unscathed, so, you know, it would just be funny. So yeah, that is the current state of the garden at the moment, and this is a view outside my bedroom window, and as you can see, this is my makeup area. So I have a nice view whilst doing my makeup, and I'm now about to film a tutorial.